Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we are in live in one workshop. The last week I showed you how you can make the basic stitches in knitting. We made the knit stitch, we made the purl stitch, punto revés en español, punto derecho en español. I show you how close the stitches. And in another workshop, I show you the famous rib stitch. The rib stitch is very important in our knitting because we make with this stitch the waistbands. It's very nice. You can make blankets, you can make two scarves with this nice stitch. Today I will show you how you make the garter stitch. Garter stitch en español, punto Santa Clara. We will use only the knit stitch. I will show you the cast on and how I make this nice stitch. Look, when the yarn of the begin is in the right side, to me this is the front of the work. In the back you see like lines, and in the front you see like canotem. To me, this is the front of the work. It's nice. But sure, you can use the border that you prefer. Thank you to be here and give one like to my video. Muchas gracias por ver mi video. Vamos a ver, vamos a empezar. We begin with, I will use this nice yarn, yellow yarn. Join two yarns together because this yarn was very dun or teeny, delgado en español. Here I will show you. Is this yarn, look. So I joined two yarns for that is not so teeny, delgado o delgada en español. I will use the needles number 4 millimeters. This is the 4 millimeters. Thank you for your like. I will make a little pattern like this with the garter stitch. En español, punto Santa Clara, punto Musgo, o punto Bobo. We have three names. Okay, I know three names in Spanish. To calculate the yarn, I will make one little pattern with 20 stitches. To calculate 20 stitches, I will involve 20 times the yarn on the needle. We will use the number 4, okay? We will see how is the work with this needle. You always, I give you this tip. Before you begin one scarf, one beanie hat, or one pullover, you must make a little pattern with your yarn and needles for watch how is the tension, how is the work, how is your work, if it's so loose, if it's so tight. This is important. By example, these patterns I made with the same, with the number 4 millimeters, and I find good. Thank you for your like. Muchas gracias. We begin to calculate 20 stitches. How we calculate for 20 stitches? I will involve 20 times the yarn on the needle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 times. If you want make, by example, 50 stitches, you must involve 50 times. For that, you can calculate your yarn. So after that, I calculate, I let some centimeters, and we let free this yarn of the needle. I made all these stitches, the cast on, knit, and purl stitch, the last week here in my workshop in live. You can find here my workshops in live. Okay, I help me with the fingers. I open here the yarn, and with the needle we go into the center and we bring the yarn to the left. Here with the left we make a big loop, and with the needle we bring the yarn of the right to the center. Now we have 2 stitches. Again, now with the needle in the front. Left, right, and the right goes in the center of this big loop of the right. And we pull, not so tight, not so loose, okay? Left, right, in the center. Left, a big loop, remember? And we bring inside of this big loop. Thank you for your like. This workshop will stay here on my channel. I am Maricita Colors. I have my channel in English and in Spanish. You can see patterns, crocheted patterns and knitted patterns here on my channel. And now I have exclusive patterns for the members, so you can join to watch some of my patterns that are only for the members. You can pay 1 month, 2 months, like you prefer. Thank you for your like. I will let you some patterns in knitting that I have, scarf, ponchos. In knitting, I will let you on the comments and on the description box when I finish this video. Okay, we will count, okay? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I have 22 stitches and we have this. So I will let this with 22 stitches. I like to work always with even numbers, números pares en español. Okay, now we turn the knitting work. I will let free a little yarn. Thank you for your like. Hello, my dear Mama Jess, Corky Tony, hello, Keger, thank you to be here. And thank you for your like. So now I will begin with the knit stitch in this. This is the garter stitch. To make the garter stitch, we will use only the knit stitch. In theory, like we say in Spanish, you can use the purl stitch in the front and in the reverse of the work. But the knit stitch is easier to make. So, how is the knit stitch? We insert the needle from left to right, and with the yarn, I always make like this. I bring to the front in the center of the 2 needles, and this yarn is the new stitch. Look, we back the needle and we pass through the stitch, and this is the new knit stitch, and this goes out. Knit stitch, punto derecho en español. We repeat from left to right. Look, yarn in the center. And with the needle, we back and catch the new stitch. And we must repeat. This is the famous garter. We will make the garter stitch only we will make in every stitch one knit stitch. Solo vamos a tejer un punto derecho en cada punto. Stitch, punto en español. Thank you for your like. And remember that you can find me too on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Okay, from left to right, we bring the yarn into the center and the needle back to catch the new stitch. And this goes out. Thank you to be here. We make only knit stitches, punto derecho, en español. You can find knitted and crochet pattern here on my channel. Some of the patterns are free and some are for the members only of my channel. Remember, activate the bell to receive the post when I have a new workshop here in live. Now, the last stitch, we bring the yarn in the front, we back the needle, and we catch the new stitch. We pull a little and ready. We finish only the knit stitch. Here, these canoten are the cast on that I made. Thank you, thank you. Hola, Anastasia. Hola, Fakir. Thank you to be here. How I can learn 2 needles. Here on my channel, you can find the workshop of the knitting, the basic stitches. The last week, you can find it here. And at the end of this video, I will let you the first basic that I made for my channel here in live. I will let you on the comments and on the description box. Okay, in the reverse, this is a reverse for me, we will repeat only knit stitches. So from the left to the right, yarn in the front, and the needle back to catch this new yarn. Again, and only we will repeat. Anastasia, I can work right hand. Okay, yeah, I understand you, but I think here on YouTube you can find knitting for persons that have link or left hand. Sorry. I know a lot of people that make knitting. They are like you, left hand, and they must try to make it with, but I think here on YouTube you can find patterns with left hand. You must looking for only. Sorry, I only teach to the right hand because I have the right hand, sorry. Thank you to be here, my dear Piedad. Okay, we finished the row, terminamos la hilera, only I make knit stitches, look. We insert, we bring the yarn in the front. This yarn is the new stitch. We pull a little and we turn. Muchas gracias for your like. Thank you for your like. And look, now when we make the knit stitch, in the reverse is the purl stitch, look. Here down you can see the knit that we made previous in the previous row. And now that we made the knit stitch, in the reverse is the purl stitch. Always when you make the stitches, when you make a knit, by example, we made this the last week. This is the knit stitch. The knit stitch is this, and this is the purl stitch. This is the basic that I made the last week. You can find it here on my channel. You must looking for live and you will see these patterns are free. Thank you for your like. So now I am in the front again because the yarn of the beginning is in the right side. Look, it's very nice. So we continuing only making knit stitches. The first stitch, look, we bring the yarn to the front and the needle back to catch this new yarn. Look how I catch the stitches or the yarn. And with the another hand, we help us to catch the thread. If you are new knitting, I only can tell you that you can practice with these basic stitches, with the knit and pour stitches. You can make with this nice stitch one scarf. You can make one blanket too. Now, in the stores, you can find chunky yarn that is more easy to learn for the beginners. We turn, and always I will repeat the knit stitch. And this is all the work. Oh, sorry, I will repeat here. You must have careful. In the last week, I show you how you can recover the stitches too. Again, I will make here the last knit stitch. We turn and we continue only making knit stitches. Here I pull a little for that the border is uniform. And little to little you will make a basic stitch in knitting. Garter stitch, punto Santa Clara en español. You must find the way that you can catch good for that is bequem or comfortable to catch the needles. I always make this for that is a little the yarn not so loose. Look, yarn in the front and the needle back to catch this new stitch. I pull always and we will see if the border is correct. You notice that the needle are correct when the borders are not so loose and not so tight. This is the way that I always knit my works. Thank you for your like. And don't forget to join to my channel to watch exclusive videos for the members of my channel. Look, the yarn in the front, the needle back, and catch the new stitch. For the beginners, try to use not so tiny yarn, maybe a chunky yarn you can use. Or like this, with the number 4 needles is perfecto for you. 4, 5, 6 is better to learn. Look, the last stitch, we bring the yarn, we back the needle, and this goes out. We pull a little. I love this color. Look, it's very nice. We will see here in the computer. Now I am in the reverse. You can notice here these lines. And little to little we make our garter stitch. Yarn in the front, we back, and we have the new stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 y 22 stitches. 22 stitches. We turn and look. Now with this little pattern you can notice if the work is too tight, if it's too loose. I find that it's okay if I want to make some Beispiel, by example, I want to make one beanie hat, it's perfecto because it's not so open. But maybe if I, sorry, if I want to make one scarf, maybe I can use, sorry, a number 5 millimeters. I think this yarn has this, that is a little, I am a little allergic of these yarns. Thank you, my dear Dan Kumar. Thank you, Blackbeard and Irlanda Quiñones. Muchas gracias to be here and give one like to my video. So, the only that you must make when you are a beginner in knitting, I recommend that you must practice. When you practice, after this, you can make all. In 3-4 days, I think you can learn all the stitches. Only are the knit stitch, the purl stitch, the cast on, and how to close the stitches. This is the basic. I always cut here the yarn, and the yarn always I try that is not so loose. But you can find the way to that is more comfortable for you. Thank you for your like. Look, the first stitch, I pull a little always for that the border is uniform. Here auch, here too. I try to, only in these first stitches for that the border is uniform. Para que el borde quede uniforme, we say in Spanish, parejo. When you practice, you can make quickly like me. You can find a lot of patterns here. In knitting, I have leg barmers. I have scarves, capes. Some of these are free and some of these are for the members only. So now we can see a little the border, look. This tell me, the border, that the needle are correct for this yarn, the number 4 millimeters. Look, the border here is not so loose, it's not so tight. So the number 4 are good for this kind of yarn. This yarn is a little thick. And the two yellow together are like one green, I think. Okay, my dear friends, tomorrow I will show you the seat stitch. I will make a little longer, and tomorrow I will show you how is the closed stitches, but this I showed you the last week too. But tomorrow we will learn how to close the stitches and the seat stitch, el punto arroz en español. Thank you, my dear prayer. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Producpada Maya. Muchas gracias. Thank you to be here. Okay, my dear friend, don't forget to subscribe, activate the bell, and if you want be a member to watch exclusive patterns, you can be a member too. Thank you. And you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. We see us tomorrow with the seat stitch. Chao, chao. Muchas gracias. Hasta la próxima.